Welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk, and this is The Thunder Show, aka WLTV, the internet's 8th most popular wine television programming. And this is a spectacularly gloomy Monday, and we're doing the Thanksgiving pre-show. We're going to do a lot of Thanksgiving stuff, I hope. I got to do the one like last year. Mott, let's link up last year's episode down below. Last year's was really nice at my mom's house with the turkey. This is so much, but nothing says America more than Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik. I mean, let's be honest. So they're in the hizzy today, and we have a big-time show. And if I've ever been Casey Kasem, today's the day. If you want to fast forward, you may want to, because I got like 7, 10, 15 shout-outs. I'll try to stagger them. But let's give a huge shout out to Steve and Erica, who got married this weekend in North Carolina. That's very nice. And Justin Luca Macrina entered this world on November 8th. Big shout out to little Justin. So that's fun. And Elliot Cartman. Elliot's got very something interesting. He doesn't want a personal shout out. He wants another shout out to the Vaynerchuks. And he wants the Vaynerchuks to stop by and see him at Bonnie Doone's Tasting Room in Santa Cruz Mountains. I thought that was a pretty interesting play there. Elliot, way to pimp it, my man. Good job. And today's episode is based on Red Zinfandel. And Red Zinfandel is the great... Well, I shouldn't even say Red Zinfandel. People get mad when I say that. You're right. I'm wrong. Just like a lot of other things like Primitivo and Oregon and, all those things. You're always right. I'm always wrong. But Zinfandel is definitely the drink of choice with turkey. Every stinking local newspaper across the country next week is going to be writing about their top zins or wines for Thanksgiving. So I decided to pick out 4 very common, across the board, widely available zins today, hopefully helping you weed through which red zins you'll drink. But I have something even more special. I'm giddy, Mott. I'm giddy because I've been wanting to do something special for everybody for Thanksgiving. The family aspect of WLTV is growing, and I've come up with something that I think is really special. Mott, link it up. It is the secret special Thanksgiving pack. And what this is it holds 4 wines that are perfect for Thanksgiving. I, for one, will be drinking these 4 wines as well. And what we're going to do is, they rounded up to being about $55, $60 for the 4 wines, plus shipping. What we're going to do is, we're going to offer the secret pack. You're not going to know what it is. Don't try to call the store, email Mott, harass Eric, email me and beg, Gary, I love you, I know. But you're not going to find out what the 4 wines are, but of course I'm not going to send you the shiz. And we're going to send it for $49.99 and free shipping because I want to give a thank you to everybody. And the episode with these wines is going to air on Thanksgiving Day. So, you can round the family peeps. I'm going to tape it Wednesday. Don't get crazy. Mott just got scared that he had to come in on Thanksgiving Day.
We're hosting.
What's that? You're hosting, and the Jets are playing this year. So be careful. We'll tape the day before. But the episode will air. We'll set a timer. So this episode will air on Thanksgiving Day, so you can round up all your friends and family along if you'd like, or just yourselves, or whatever you're in the mood for, and taste along on Thanksgiving. So the 4-pack, Mott, link it up. We don't have that many of these, so hopefully some people will think this is fun. A lot of you have been asking to get the wines before me. I think this is the perfect event. There'll be nothing more humbling and special for me to jump into your household on a very family-driven day and enjoy wines that you have in front of you that I've got. I'm going to put this on the side, let it mature, and get ready. I am super jazzed, and I hope we're drinking Thanksgiving wines together this Thanksgiving. But otherwise, I want to give you a lot of alternatives, because a lot of you are going to be like, oh, I don't know what it is. I'm not going to buy that. And I don't blame you, but it's going to be fun. So we're going to give you a lot of alternatives along the way, hopefully really focusing it on this week, mixing in some other stuff. You know me. I mean, I said last week was going to be wines from America across the board. We did one day worth, so, anything can happen. Let's get into the wines. Teria, 2004 Sonoma County Zinfandel, 13.9% alcohol content, Sonoma Valley, small producer, $12 US, 87 points, Connoisseur's Guide. This comes from the Russian River Valley. And only 950 cases produced, so this is a little bit on the smaller side, but it seems like it's widely available. I start with widely available and then 950 cases made, but let's see what's going on here. Super jazzed about that Thanksgiving pack. Oh! I didn't mention the best part. All the packs come with a wristband. Mott, how rad is that? I gotta figure, it's so hard to figure out what we're doing at those, so, there's not enough, and they're in the pack. So I think that's pretty cool. Should I do another shout out? I should. KCD, one of the great fans of WLTV, just had his 40th birthday. And speaking of birthdays, it's my birthday, the day after tomorrow. And tomorrow is the birthday of something else, when Lizzie and I got married.
It's your anniversary.
It's our anniversary. So, third. So, huge 2 days coming up for me. I'm looking forward to that. And now I'm looking forward to the Tania. Let's see what's going on here. It's time for, say it. Say it with me. A sniffy sniff. Now this wine comes across with like a very obvious chocolate-covered strawberry component. It's really, out of all the wines that we talk about chocolate-covered strawberries, this one really punches you in the face, a smack, almost like a chocolate-covered cherry punch to the nose. Very obvious. There's a little hint of eucalyptus coming through on the nose as well, which is quite interesting and exciting. Raspberry jam, also a component. This is a jammy, fruity zin on the nose. Let's give it a whirl. Nikolai. Very candied-esque, almost borderline fake. You know what I feel about that. Anger. However, there's some nice dry tannins, and there's a little bit of like a bark, like, you know those twigs you used to rake up, really? And like, you know, you could, the bark around them, just I guess on a simple maple or oak tree. I get a little bit of that bark mixed in here, which gives it a little bit more charisma, and it's not just simply like a goober full of fruit. I'm still going to call this wine a goober because I just think that's funny, but I think that this is a wine that is drinkable. It's a little bit too lush. It makes me actually yearn for pizza more than anything. I find this to be a very good everyday pizza wine. I'm going to roll with 87 points, just like the Connoisseur's Guide. 1, because I think that's the right score. 2, because Lavernius Coles needs a shout-out. He's an awesome wide receiver for your New York Jets. And all in all, a nice average drink. Excuse me. A nice average drink. I find it better than a lot of the Sagacio, Ravenswood, $12 efforts, Rosenblum things that we see out there. So on that standard, I'm kind of into it. Nice lunch pail, average, good old-fashioned, you know, the kid you don't remember from high school kind of Zinfandel. You know, just a good person, nothing wrong, but definitely not loaded with the charisma that Mott comes along with, for example. So we're going to move on. Not bad, though. Joel Gott. 2006 California Zinfandel. Joe got the stuff. $13 US, a terribly unlucky number, except it's my sister's birthday, so I love her very much. So it's a good, lucky number for me and my family. 13 bones. And Joel Gott is widely one of the most popular Zinfandels in our store. This will be flying out next week as Thanksgiving is rolling in. And it's 13 bones, and JG makes great wine for the money. I'm excited about trying this. Big shout out to the Fort Worth Jerks. Come on, that's what they call themselves. So big ups to you guys. Fort Worth Jerks. I'm down with you guys. I hope we can share some wine. And that's exciting. Let's give this wine a sniffy sniff. Now there's some chalk kind of components coming in through here. I get a little bit of dark chocolate as well. It actually smells a lot like my basement, circa 1983, hardcore on the fishing derby on Atari, you know, wondering why the Jets almost just went to the Super Bowl and figuring that would be the way it would always be, you know, watching cartoons on Saturday. That basement, when we first moved into Edison, because the reason it smells like that is, what I'm getting and where I'm going with this is a combination of like basement, you know, sewer, like underground, you get that moistness, and a little laundry. And I don't know why I'm all the way over here when I tell you that, but I'm going to come back and tell you that we had the laundry room in the basement. It was a really big deal because we just were poor, and now we were a little bit better. Still barely speaking English, but we had the laundry room and the basement, and I had Atari, so things were looking up. And that's what this smells like. Let's give it a whirl. Interesting. The soapy aspect of the laundry room is quite interesting in this wine. I get some blackberries coming through in this wine. Nice firm tannins. AJ. Nice firm tannins. Nice grip. Little high in the alcohol. It's escaping from the wine a little bit. 14.5. Don't forget, you're allowed a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if this was over 15% alcohol. And I think it's a little bit too much of a heat bomb. Now, as much as the Oak Monster scares me, and as much as the Butter Bandit annoys me, are we going to need to make a Butter Bandit t-shirt?
It's pretty popular.
The Alcohol Avenger is... just kidding. But the alcohol is really scary. When the alcohol dominates and you're not tasting the wine, you're now having grape juice with a shot of Smirnoff in it. And that's how this is coming across, especially on the finish. I mean, blazing. You know, a red hots all up in my mouth, and I'm not feeling this wine completely. It's also a little disjointed, and the flavor becomes a little bit unfocused for me on the tail end. It has a solid upfront fruit. It's clean. It's not bad, but there are a lot of wines I'd rather drink. The first wine was definitely clearly better to me in my mouthfeel. I find this to be about an 85-point effort. I'm going to give this wine a pass, and I'm actually quite surprised how much I'm not enjoying this wine, because even though I've never been crazy and thinking like some people are like, Joel God! And they just want to rip their clothes off, I'm not there. We're not talking about the Iron Sheik. This is even down for me on those efforts that I thought were okay and solid and good. This is one of the more weak efforts. It's a young wine. It's an 06 Zin, so I can see that could be a component. It needs to round itself out, but it's very meh. And when you go MEH on me, I'm not interested. Let's move on. Now we're going to get a little bit more serious with these next two, and I'm excited about that. But before I do, I need to give a huge shout out to the deep far lands of the Cypress Islands, to my man AG. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching out there. It's so fun. I was doing all my emails on the plane this week. Holland and France and just so many different places. And the Cypress came up, and AG wanted a big shout out, and we did that for you, and I'm excited about that. And in a minute, we're going to talk about the Vaniac, big announcement for the Vaniac cab. Let's link up the Vaniac cab. We've got a bunch more emails, things to link up. Pay attention. A minute after this review, I will tell you that I'm coming to San Francisco and doing a Vaniac party for the Vaniac cab. We're going to do it at the Crush Pad facilities. I'm going into it now, even though, right? It's just the way it is. On December 1st in San Fran, we're going to start at, 6 p.m.? 4 to 6 is the dinner? I don't know. Ma, link up all the details. If you'd like to RSVP, I will be there actually at 1 p.m. We're going to be doing a random drawing for 12 people to come and blend with me between 1 and 4. Now, this is not the official final blend that we talked about when we started the Vaniac project, but you're going to come to San Francisco. I think maybe we are doing something 4 to 6 dinner. I don't know, but I thought it was 6 to 9, 6 and over dinner. We're going to have snacks. Ma, there's a link in the forums for what you got to bring. Everybody can bring a bottle. We're going to let you taste some wines from other Crush Pad people. Plus, we're going to taste a component of the Vaniac cab. So the Vaniac cab introduction party is in San Francisco on December 1st. We're going to give you 3 links to the Maniac Cab, to the RSVP, and to the discussion in the forum of what you want to bring and what kind of snacks. It is going to be completely amazing. I'm telling you right now, you need to clear your schedule and fly in. I will be there. Lizzie's going to be there. Everybody's going to love that. And I'm just seriously looking forward to it. I hope you join us. If you're even remotely in the San Fran area, please come to the party. No cost. I mean, just got to bring a bottle, I guess. Come and hang out. It is going to be over-the-top phenomenal. I am downright excited about it. I'm trying to think if there's anything I'm missing. I don't think right now, but I'll follow up tomorrow if not. But huge opportunity to taste components of the new Vaniac cab and to get involved and share with the entire Vayner Nation some love. It's going to be right before the holidays, right after Thanksgiving. We can talk about the Thanksgiving pack. It's going to be awesome. Please come, say hello. San Fran, December 1. Be there. WrestleMania 13. Green and Red, 2003, Zinfandel Tip Top Vineyard. This wine is $24 US, and that is Darrell Revis' number, future star of the NFL. We poured some in here already, and let's give it a sniffy sniff. Green and Red, really good producer. I've done a lot of nice things with them in the past. Always been very fond of their Zins. I get a goji berry kind of component on the nose, and if you haven't gone to your supermarket and devoured some goji berries, it's time. I get almost like a black licorice component. I also get a fruit roll-up, like a strawberry fruit roll-up action on this, and fruit roll-ups were fun and awesome. Remember when they made like cutout shapes? Sports. I mean, that was awesome. So there was like a baseball player, basketball player. That's the ones I got. My sister got like ponies or something. Anyway, that was brilliant because my mom had to buy 2 packs of fruit roll-ups because, you know. So the fruit roll-ups, goji berries, and black licorice are dominating the nose. Again, Zinfandels are such fruit bombs. They tend to be over the top for some people. They're alcoholic, they're monster, they're massive, but with dry 14.9. But with dry turkeys and other dry foods, the stuffings and stuff, they're really fundamentally fun, fruit-driven wines for the holiday season. Let's give it a whirl. Nice fruit, pure. I get a little back-end black pepper. I get a little hint of citrus, like a lemon or orange peel on the finish, which is kind of interesting and unique. Just delicious, very pure, grapey. Mouthfeel is explosive, rounds around the entire edges, nice dryness, nice solid Zinfandel. Lacks a little bit of the charisma that I'm looking for in a Zin. I love Zins that have balance. This one is slightly off, you know, just a little bit more towards the fruit side than I would like. I prefer a little more structure, maybe a little bit more vegetal component, but not a lot. I mean, Zins I'm really looking for, the fruit. The black pepper is very subtle. I'd like to see a little bit more of that. All in all, not challenging enough is what I'm looking for. So it's not challenging enough, yet is still a very solid Zinfandel. I'm going to go 89 plus on this wine. Is better than the last 2, but not remarkably better, especially the Teria. It's a nice little buy. And at double the price, definitely, you know, not where I would go. And for 24 bucks, I just think there's a lot of alternatives in Zinfandel and in other places in the world. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to give this wine a pass as well, even though it's a pretty solid bottle of wine. Let's move on. A nice rinse. Oh man, Ma, it's good to be back. Excited. Hope everybody enjoyed last week. The Barbera episode got crazy. People digged it up. If you like this episode, you can dig me up. That's always fun. And I appreciate everybody who does that because we love that site and it's humbling. Frank Family, 2005, Napa Valley Zin, 15% alcohol content, $25 US. And Frank Family's got a really pretty package, so you got to give them that. That's interesting. And let's give it a whirl. Let me give it a snippy sniff first, because that's how we do on WLTV. And now we're getting somewhere. Let me rethink and get focused, because that was a very good start. Wow. I mean, the only thing that comes to mind is skyline. It's got like clouds and sky and like spearmint and a very fresh, you know what? Like when you wash your car and you buy those trees, not the evergreen, but you buy the blue one, that's what this kind of smells like. It's very, very double mint, double your pleasure. You know, the twins, like very, you know, very fresh. Gorgeous cranberry skin components on the nose, just pleasant and beautiful. Nice round ripe cherry. I get some dark chocolate, which is also quite obvious, very common in Zinfandels. We saw it a lot today, which is interesting. God, this smells outrageous. It's a focus of the fruit compared to the others. It smells like the fruit, not like Splenda or fake sugar. Splenda, Sweet and Low, were added to it. This actually smells like the real thing. Very pure. Very good. Wow, really interesting. Let's give it a whirl. If this tastes like it smells, this is going to be way up my charts for Thanksgiving Zin dinners. Here she is, Miss America. Awesome. Pure. I get a beautiful, I almost feel like I'm drinking Benjamin Franklin's ink that he like wrote his letters with. It's that inkiness that just completely devours my palate. Such a rich and focused wine. I'm getting out of silly mode. I'm going to get real serious with you, because this right now is one of the most complete and complex and downright delicious red Zinfandels I've ever come across. To roll in at that 15% alcohol content, but yet have the balance and the tannin structure and the roundness. And let me tell you, if you are down with cranberries in any shape or form, thank you. I'm losing my mind, I'm so excited. Any shape or form, because I'm already thinking about the cranberries from Massachusetts, and I mean, this is as pure and as real of dried cranberries as I've ever tasted. One of the more polished and elegant Zinfandels I've ever come across. Comes to mind again, a Bordeaux drinker who wants to be introduced into something a little more New World. Skip the cabs with the Oak Monsters, skip the Shirazes with the Fruit Bombs, and go to a Frank Family 2005 Zin with this purity. I would love to put this up against Turley or Martinelli or all these other Zins that has everybody so incredibly excited. I was just in Vegas. I had Outpost Zin, which was amazing and exceptional, and a great producer. Doesn't have the elegance or structure of this wine. This wine is shocking to me. I know Frank Family is good. I know their wines are good. I'm just completely taken aback. This is good. I mean, if you really like cranberries, probably the most cranberry-driven wine I've come across with in a long, long time. Subtle, beautiful, yellow, orangey, raspberry flavors coming through. I even get a little hit of the floral aspects that I like so much in other wines, even flirting into this Zinfandel. There's some really secondary and third tier leather, venison. I almost want to call it oak chips, but that would make you think it's oaky. I mean, this is very complex and profound, and really just a downright stellar bottle of wine. I'm going to score this wine 93 plus. I'm also going to highly recommend that you take the time and effort to go to your local stores or call your contacts, or wherever you buy wine from, or whoever the heck you get the wine from. Psst, you got the wine? Whoever, around the corner, whatever. Find this wine, pop it for Thanksgiving. I expect an email on Black Friday thanking me. This is an absolute tremendous effort coming from a guy who was obnoxiously addicted to red Zinfandels for about 2 years, about 7 years ago. I'm still very fond of them. They're fun wines. They've gotten a little crazy, and there's a lot of junk out there. But this is a throwback. It's actually not a throwback. It's a to the future. I mean, this is what I hope that Zinfandels can accomplish in the future. It's a tremendous bottle of wine. Please seek it out. I will guarantee you that I will be using this now on Thanksgiving, along with a secret pack. Question of the day from my boy S Squared. What is your favorite tie knot? Come on. That's an awesome question. Really? No. What is your favorite tie knot? Everybody needs to answer that. And one last thing. I just noticed that on LinkedIn, which, by the way, if you're on LinkedIn, you can friend me up. And Facebook, tomorrow I'm going to announce what I want for my birthday on Wednesday, and you've got to be down with Facebook. And I'm sure a lot of you are wondering what happened to the big contest where you can sit with me. We're a little behind schedule, but I think Wednesday, maybe even on my birthday, I can announce the contest. It's going to be awesome. You're going to need to have a blog or a blog. So not too many options there. But on LinkedIn, right before I came on, I have to get out of this wine just brought me down to like such a serious level. Right before I got on LinkedIn, Dusty Rhodes friended me up. Now, I know he's a vice president of something, but I'm going to pretend that it's the American dream. Woo! And I'm really darn excited. So, Hulk Hogan, if you're an accountant in Texas, friend me up now, because you, with a little bit of me, we are changing the wine world. Woo!